Greetings, superior beings, greetings, supreme beings. Welcome to another Universal Peace broadcast. The title of today's broadcast is How to Prevent the Jesuits' Planned Third World War. Bombing the Jesuits will not help because they will kill you all if they are not bombed. Reversed active measures. It is of course clear. There are 4 phases of active measures, and the 4 phases of reversed active measures, reversed ideological subversion, are of course number 1, moralization, number 2, stabilization, number 3 is of course generating an economic surge, the opposite of the generated crisis, and number 4, the 4th phase of reversed ideological subversion, reversed active measures, is of course demilitarization, which is the opposite of normalization, is when the tanks roll in. Other ways to prevent the Jesuits' planned Third World War, planned by the Jesuit Albert Pike in 1871. Conscientious insubordination, of course. What is conscientious insubordination? That is basically not following illegal orders and killing and or torturing to death the Jesuit pedophiles that have planned to eliminate 93% to 99% of the world's global population in a Third World War to create a satanic Luciferian end-of-life torture world order. The world order has too many negative connotations, that's why they call it a global government nowadays, but it's still the same thing. The other thing is recovery begins with non-compliance. So if you're in a vicious circle of abuse and stuff like that, then you should try something different to get out of the vicious circle. Recovery begins with non-compliance. Not to follow illegal orders. I already mentioned that, that's very important. So for example, in order to attack Iran to create the Jesuit pedophiles' third planned world war, would be following illegal orders, which would lead to genocide, obviously, which is what they've planned. Kill or be killed makes clear that if you don't kill them, they will kill you all, which is their plan, and that's clear from their official documents, also on supercoolmail.blog.com. Universal Peace now. Expose the Jesuits' 3 planned world wars planned by the Jesuit Albert Pike in 1871. So if everybody would know about these 3 planned world wars, then chances of preventing them would be a lot higher. So educating everyone about Albert Pike's the Jesuits' 3 planned world wars planned back in 1871 is very important, because they've already created 2 world wars, and that's one of the reasons they were expelled from 83 countries, cities and city provinces. Other reasons are of course the torture devices on YouTube, the concordats with the pedo-psycho Muslims and Hitler, and their cannibalism is also documented, and they're famous for the pedophilia, because they're not allowed to marry women. They like to do it with choir boys and shit like that. So they're fucked up in the head, basically. The pedo-psycho Jesuits have also come up with misleading names. Computer alter is a computer program. An alter is of course what those Satanists such as Michael Aquino of the NS Satanists, which is part of ideological subversion phase 1, demoralization. Alter, that's where they bring their sacrifices for their fictional deity, because they're insane, they're totally insane. Gang. Stalking sounds like gangs talking, controlling people in the environment of the victims to kill the victims before they are able to expose the Jesuits' 3 planned world wars. Gas lighting. Gas lightning! Possibly based on the amount of natural gas underneath HARP. The beast. So-called supercomputers mark the beast that control people like remotely controlled robots by controlling their brain waves, as long as they are switched on. Zombies is another term that you can use. And those people are programmed to think of themselves as butterflies and animals, like the beast computer that basically is a so-called supercomputer, quantum computer, and that is to depersonalize, dehumanize the victims, which is to do with their genocide, getting people to kill each other and themselves. Peter, Hans, Golf and Bach. So Peter, Hans, Golf and Bach, the name of what they consider the world presidency is in his name, is one of the creators of the Third World War, including Adolf O. Nicholas. It's another name. Misleading names. Adolf O. Nicholas, Adolf Hitler basically. That's the Black Pope, which was Peter Hans Kolfenbach, and together with King Juan Carlos, they would be the ones creating the Third World War, according to another YouTube video online and sources, books, and you can study it all online. So that Albert Pike really existed, and their 3 planned world wars are documented, and 2 of them have already been fought, makes clear that those people that claim that are not conspiracy theorists, which the Jesuits with their satanic inner core would like to make people believe. They want to shift the blame from the guilty themselves to innocent people that are exposing them, that are doing the right thing basically, that have attempted to press charges of directed energy weapon torture, for example, and then they're labeled insane, though the directed energy weapon torture of course is really taking place. So they've tortured my mother to death with HARP, and they're going to kill you all if they're not stopped. I hope somebody arrests, kills or tortures the torturers that are torturing me, that have tortured my mother to death and are going to kill you all with HARP to death. But I think the pedo Jesuits will eliminate 93% Georgia Guidestones to 99% Ted Turner of the world's global population, because people that tell the truth about the Jesuit Albert Pike's 3 planned world wars are treated as conspiracy theorists, and everybody is brain controlled by the Satanists that are going to eliminate them and themselves for Satan in the Jesuit pedophiles' 3rd long-planned world war. Even warning in the mainstream media about the Jesuits' 3 planned world wars would not help, because they control the button, the switch, the nukes. As long as people do not press charges of incitement to commit genocide against the people that did so, they are all going away. More about it on supercoolmail.blog.com. This is also clear from the fact nobody was able to stop the illegal torturers that are torturing innocent vegetarians like me to death, which makes clear the HARP terrorists are guilty of murder and deserve the death penalty. However, because you are all brain controlled by the Jesuits with their satanic inner core, you are all going away instead of the Jesuit creeps that have planned this 3rd World War in 1871 and made the previous 2 world wars, and you realize all this now. The Jesuits making their 3rd World War control the leaders with the death ray, so Iran will not give up its right to produce nuclear energy. The Americans and or Israelis will attack Iran under the false pretense of preventing Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon to start the psycho-pedo Jesuits' 3rd World War. The Russians will retaliate for its ally Iran and nuke the US and other US ally countries. Georgia Guidestones graffiti with mask on, making clear the Georgia Guidestones that advocate a population reduction to 500 million people are illegal because they are in violation of the Genocide Convention, okay? The Jesuits have killed themselves and the human race by creating another world war deliberately while not even having a permanent cure against aging yet, thus making it impossible for themselves to get a permanent cure against aging in time. There are too many witnesses that know Peter Hans Kolfenbach gave the orders to demolish the WTC to create the Jesuits' precious World War III. No one can kill the Jesuits because everybody is brain controlled with synthetic telepathy, Malech patent, and the pedo psycho Jesuits, with their satanic inner core, have given themselves the highest security clearance. That's also clear from those illegal scalar orbs that are used to create the illegal scalar crop circles, which you can see. You can see videos of those scalar orbs also flying next to the Concorde, and they were also called Foo Fighters, and those are just scalar orbs of Nikola Tesla's wireless energy. The information, of course, must be spread widely because the lives of over 6 billion people depend on it. This is just a short brainstorm, basically, and I hope you all can think of other ways to prevent the Jesuits' third planned world war, and at least warn everybody and tell them to get storable food and put water in containers. Tap water is still uncontaminated at the moment. And also get, for example, free energy. The magnet motor, there are devices to create free energy out of thin air, basically. And the Stirling engine, of course you also have solar panels and all the other types of free energy, because you're going to need energy and food to survive. Perhaps grow your own food after everything is contaminated in the nuclear world war of the pedo cycle Jesuits. I think that 93 to 99% of the world's population will die of radiation poisoning, and another part of that is nukes, of course, and that is their plan in the first place, so they have definitely planned 3 world wars, and if they are not stopped, then they are going ahead with the attack on Iran to create their third world war. Rather than universal peace, they have an open, false world peace policy. And so, well, perhaps I can think of some other way to prevent a world war or whatever. Convincing them not to press ahead with a world war if they want to live, basically, because it would be too risky. With 12 scalar weapon countries and nuclear weapons, the Earth could spin off axis or even rip, because there's 350 million atmospheres pressure on the Earth's molten inner core, and the people that want to sell you their nukes might not tell you this in the first place. They might say they're safe. Power to the peaceful. So I think it's better to say we demand universal peace now than to give one of their satanic peace signs. Basically, we're not retarded, so we don't have to use sign language. But okay, if it works, you know. Well, I think this is it for now. Previous video I might look better. And the perpetrators have been doing dental torture to me, which is the reason for me to upload this video. You can see everybody is brain controlled by the number of people watching this video, which is close to 0 probably. well, videos that basically promote their third world war and their genocide are of course watched a lot by people. Videos in which you are not warned to prepare for the Jesuits' upcoming planned world war, planned in 1871 by Albert Pike. So, universal peace now. Hope to see you next time on my channel. Ulrich Hoffman on YouTube. supercoolmail.blog.com. Universal peace now.